Hey everyone, welcome to Fluid Movement. This class is really flowy, really expansive, and we're going to open all areas of the body. So when you're ready, let's come right back here on our mats and we'll get started on your backs. Let's ease all the way down onto our backs. And if it feels all right in your body, Supta Baddha Konasana. Let's bring the soles of your feet together and just start opening into our hips gradually here, letting gravity do the work for us. So with the soles of your feet together, your head and shoulders relax. Let's take one hand to our heart and the other hand to our low belly. Close your eyes. Take a moment to feel. Feel your heartbeat under your palm. And the rise and fall of your chest and your low belly with every breath you take. Oftentimes, this is the only time during our day that we are allowed or able to be in stillness and to be quiet with our bodies. We live such busy lives, and it's nice just to take a pause and notice. Notice what's going on. What's going on in your body physically, what's going on in the mind. As you start getting a little more in tune with yourself, the physical body, maybe the emotional state, I like to use this time to set an intention. This intention can be anything personal to you. It can be something that's going on in your life, maybe an attitude change, one of self-love or gratitude, or maybe an outward expression as well. Showing a little love to others, a little more kindness through our speech throughout the day. Whatever it is, whatever you choose, let's let it keep our mind present. So when it starts to slip, when other thoughts start creeping into our flow, we'll just come right back here to our intention that we set and to our breath. And as you're breathing, we'll begin to even that out. As we even the breath, and start to deepen the breath, really focusing on taking full inhales, full exhales. Keep your eyes closed and keep your breath nice and fluid. Let's take your hands down to your inner thighs. Just a little bit of pressure. We're gently going to ease one hip down a little further, pressing into one thigh, and then the other. Just the tiniest bit of pressure side to side on our inner thighs with our palms, tiniest bit of rock side to side. Starting to open a little bit deeper into the inner hips. Last breath here on our backs. And with your exhale, gently blink your eyes open. We'll keep the soles of your feet together and ease all the way up. Same shape of the legs, Baddha Konasana. Maybe adjusting our heels a little closer into our body if we have the space. Let's take your two peace fingers, hooking your big toes. With an inhale, use that as leverage to pull your chest open, lift your gaze. Keeping all of this length and openness through the chest and back, we'll start to fold in. You can even use your elbows here to even deepen your pose. So if it's not too early for you, you can start crawling your hands out, and then we'll soften it. Sometimes we're in a rush to really get going and to get flowing on our mat. And I'm often like that because I really love that flow aspect of class. Try not to skip over this part. Centering ourselves in and allowing our body to open up little by little is going to really bring so much more to your entire practice. Opening up into a nice wide straddle. We'll take the same idea. Inhale, I want you to flex your toes, spiral your inner thighs back, open through the chest, lifting your gaze, and leading with your heart, we'll crawl back out. The warmer we are in our muscles and the more open they are, the deeper we can go, not just with flexibility, but with strength as well. They really pair hand in hand. Let's go 5 breaths right here, down the middle. Keeping the straddle in your legs, climb yourself back up to your hands. Take your right hand behind your hip, and with an inhale, let's sweep all the way across with our left arm towards our right toes, and lift your hips up. Deep breath in, and with an exhale, we'll sink the hips down and sweep all the way across to the left arm behind your back, right arm up. Press your hips up. Inhale. Exhale, switching sides, left hand behind your back. Maybe we can even start to ground the soles of our feet and use that as a little bit of leverage here to really increase our back bend and increase the openness in our hips. Let's go one more time, each side. Nice big fluid movement. We'll come back to center. And take it one more time, 5 breaths, folding down onto our mat. Maybe finding a little more depth than the first time we're here. Now last breath in, and slowly climb yourself back up. If you need a little assistance, draw your knees in together. Crossing at your ankles, we'll move on to hands and knees. Start with a little bit of a wrist warm-up. Turn your fingertips back to face your knees. We'll start sinking our hips back above our heels, slightly rocking forward and back, maybe lifting the heels of your hands. This movement can be more intuitive to you. If this doesn't feel right in your body, feel free to change it in any way. And keep the movement going, but take the palms facing up. And then last bit, fingertips to the side walls, gentle side to side. And take your hands back to face forward. Spreading wide into your fingertips, find that action of gripping the mat. You'll hear me say this in probably every class I teach, but it's so important to protect our wrists. So when you grip the mat, when you press your fingertips down, when you press your first knuckle down, I'm starting to use my forearm here to really draw up and out of the heel of my hand. So I'm not sitting in the wrist, but I'm having equal pressure in my fingertips as I do my forearm and even my bicep. So all of this activation, and keep our hands nice and strong. Pull your heart through your arms, lift your gaze and tailbone. Exhale, round your back. Cat pose, tuck your tailbone. 2 more, inhale, heart forward, gazing up. Exhale, little bit of core work. Pull your navel to your spine. Last time, inhale. And with your exhale, keep the roundness in your back, and we'll step our toes back, plank pose. Notice your hands. Did we lose any of that grip? I want to stay really, really active. Biceps forward, triceps back. Even that lift from the back body. My quads are firm. Everything's working in plank pose. And the more we work, the more supported we are, and the easier the pose is. Let's go 5 breaths. Little static hold just to build some heat. Your shoulders, your core. With your next inhale, easy shift forward. We'll lower chaturanga. Untuck your toes, inhale, open your chest, upward facing dog. And with your exhale, downward facing dog. Let's move into our down dog. Pedal it out. Sway into your hips. Sweep your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. One breath in, lift high onto your left toes. And with an exhale, we'll come back to downward facing and switch it out. Inhale, sweep your left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. One breath only. Come high on the right toes. And exhale, back down, downward facing dog. Hiding your heels behind your calves. Stay really strong in the hands. Let's bend our knees with an inhale, gaze forward. With your exhale, float. Toes together, heels apart. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale, halfway lift, heart forward. Exhale, fold back. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Gazing up so your palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, reach and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa, plant your hands. Step or float back. Lower strong through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Float, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Stand tall, sweep up, gaze up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Inhale. Maybe a little back bend at the top if you're feeling warm. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Your vinyasa, whether that's stepping back, maybe even hands standing back. Listen to your body. We'll meet back in downward facing. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Gracefully, quietly float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep up with the breath. Slight engagement in your core, hands to your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. Strong lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. With the breath, bend your knees, gaze forward. Float. Lengthen halfway, inhale. Fold back, exhale. Again, stand tall, sweep up. Hands to heart center, exhale. Arms overhead, gaze up, open your chest. Reach and fold with your breath. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. Step, float, or fly it back, exhale. Let's take one more together. Lift your heels, look where you want to land. Trust yourself, press into your palms and float it up. Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. Fold back down. With the breath, gaze up, sweep up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we'll lengthen. And exhale, step back. When we come back to down dog, let's take our toes together this time. With our toes together, heels apart, we're going to do our best to keep the shape in the legs. Bend your knees and float your feet forward, chair pose. Sink your hips down. Maybe your middle fingers can even touch here. And then just using our back body to sit us up nice and tall, sweep your arms up. Little tiny scoop of your pinky fingers inward. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3,
2. Good. Press into your heels. Inhale, we stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. 1 breath in chair. Bend your knees, sweep up, lift your gaze. Exhale, straighten and fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or float it back. Inhale for the back bend. Exhale, down dog. Sweep your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Inhale onto your left toes. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Round your back body. Inhale up and back, bend your knee, open your hip. Right knee, right tricep, exhale. One more time, inhale, bend your knee, open your hip. And this time we'll cross under. Right knee, left tricep, pause. Straighten your leg out to the left, fallen triangle. Let's come onto the inner arch of our back left foot. Sweep your left arm up. Inhale. Now keeping your legs just as they are, nice and wide. I want you to sink your hips down. Sweep your left arm all the way across your body to the left and sweep your right arm up. Press your hips up. Use your feet. Hips down. Sweep over to the right. Inhale. Good. Exhale, nice big movements. And then one more time. Sweeping all the way over. Inhale. Let's pause right back where we were, fallen triangle. Now pay a little more attention to your back left foot. As we pivot forward, I want you to bring your knee to your nose. Come onto the tippy toes of the left foot and step between your hands. Lower your back left knee down. Inhale. Kapayasana. Sweep your arms up. As you sweep your arms up and you open your chest, find this action of really sinking your hips forward and down. Like I'm trying to touch my right hamstring to my right calf. Nice deep breath in. Let's keep it here in the legs. With an exhale, lower your right hand down, maybe to a block, maybe to a mat. Take a nice easy side bend. As I'm side bending, I want to find the action of pulling my left hip toward the mat down and reach my left arm over to the right. So I'm really increasing the stretch on the left side body. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, we'll switch. Left hand down. Same idea. I want to resist the urge to bring my right hip up and over to the left. Keep drawing it down to the mat. Inhale again, both arms up. And then exhale, this time we'll twist. Left hand to your right knee. Right hand to your left hamstring. Maybe the gaze can come back. Keep pulling your hips forward and down. Inhale. Both arms up. And with your exhale, plant your hands. Tuck your left toes. And we'll take a shorter stance as you straighten your right leg for Parshvottanasana, pyramid pose. Inhale. Tiny turn to the right. Nose above your right big toe. Exhale, fold. Make sure that we're squeezing your right hip up and back as you draw your left hip forward and down. And try to find a little softness here in the back of your neck. Rebend into your front right knee with an inhale, warrior one. Same action in the hips as you were in with pyramid. Draw your right hip up and back. Magnetize your left hip forward. Let's take an inhale, lift your gaze. With your exhale, plant your hands. Step back to plank and lower. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, lift your hips. From down dog, sweep your left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. With your exhale, knee to your nose. Create a nice tight little ball, thigh to your chest, heel to your glutes. Inhale, up and back, bend your knee, open your hip. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, up and back. Last time, bend your knee, open your hip. With your exhale, twist, crossing under to the right. Fallen triangle, extend your left leg through to the right. Sweep your right arm up. Inhale here. Keep the legs. As you exhale, sink your hips down. Sweep all the way over to the right. Right arm behind your back, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, sweep down through center. Lift, inhale. Over to the right, inhale, left arm up. And then last time, through center. We'll meet back here and fall in triangle. And start to pivot onto your back toes. As you bring your left knee into your chest, step forward. Lower your right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hips forward and down. Start lowering your left hand first this time. I'm going to reach my right arm all the way up and over, but keep drawing your right hip toward the mat. Inhale up to center. Exhale, switch. Lower your right hand down. Resist the urge to bring your left hip with you as we take our side bend to the right. Inhale up through center. And we'll twist. Exhale, right hand to your left knee. Left hand to your right hamstring. Inhale, sweep your arms up, gaze. Exhale, plant your hands. Pyramid pose, Parshvottanasana. Take your back right foot on a 45. Inhale, find length through your side body. With your exhale, fold over your left leg. Keep a slight engagement here on your inner thighs. Finding the scissoring action, left hip back, right hip forward. And with an inhale, come up onto your fingertips as you rebend your left knee. Sweep your arms up. Warrior one. Last breath in. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, lower strong. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, lift your hips. Reset down dog, biceps forward, triceps back. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. And with your exhale, knee to your nose. And keep this tight little ball. Keep the shift forward. Keep the length and the lift all the way up through your arms and out your upper back. And I'm just going to lower my right shin to the mat, just from the core. Exhale, pull my thigh back up into my chest. Exhale, lower your shin. Pull it back up. And lower down. Pull it back up one more time. Let your shin hover maybe an inch off the mat. Use your core, pull your thigh to your chest, and step between your hands. Come on, your fingertips. Activate your back left leg. Staying really active in your foot. Energize your heel to the ceiling. And find the little space of your chest to your front right thigh. So I'm almost having that doming action in my back, just like cat pose. When you're ready, inhale, crescent lunge. Tiny little micro bend in your back left knee if you need it, just to neutralize your pelvic bowl. Let's take one more breath in. When you're ready, warrior two, open. Take a moment here, lengthen your stance. Soften your hips and shoulders. Inhale, reverse all the way up and back. Exhale, forearm to thigh, left arm overhead. Keeping your hips stable, use your side body. Inhale up and back. This time straighten your right leg. Reverse triangle. Exhale, lengthen, 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 reaching through your right fingertips. Triangle pose, left arm up. Last 3, 2. Stay with your legs. About 1, we're going to revolve triangle. Plant your left hand under your left shoulder. Draw your right hip back. Squeeze your left hip forward. Take a nice deep breath in. And with your exhale, plant your right hand. Sweep your right leg all the way up and back. Single leg down dog. Bend your knee. Open your hip. And when you're ready, flip your dog. Inhale, open your chest. Use your legs here. Everything is lifting and pressing up. from the back body. Slow and control, a little bit of core work. Right thigh to your chest. We'll step forward. Take both hands to the inside of your right foot. I want you to stay high on your back toes and really active in your back left quad. Adding on, if you're feeling warm in the hips, you can start to snuggle your right shoulder, trying to move it underneath your calf. So I can even use this as resistance. As you push your right shoulder into your right calf, use that to draw your right hip back. So I'm almost finding this locking action. And if you're still wanting more, we can work the balance with one hand to your ankle, maybe both, maybe even a half bind. Can you keep your hips square? Right hip drawing back, left hip forward. Last 3, 2, and nice and slow, we'll snuggle back out. And step back, plank pose. Shift forward and lower with control. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up and back. Inhale, bend your knee. Open your hip, come nice and high on your right toes. Knee to your nose. Shift forward. So first we create the tight ball. Heel up. Trying to really pull our shin up and away from the mat. Round the back body. Just from the core, let's lower and hover our shin to maybe 1 inch off the mat. With your exhale, pull it back up. It's lower and lift. Lower and lift. We'll go last 3, 2, and one more time. Quiet step between your hands. Come onto your fingertips. I can take you onto your fingertips so that we are bringing the weight into your legs and out of your hands. Always wanting to lift up and out of a pose. Inhale, crescent lunge. Let's come back to the breath. One more inhale. Open warrior 2. Lengthen your stance. Sweep your left palm all the way up and back. Forearm to thigh. Right arm overhead. Reach. Like we're lengthening from our right middle finger all the way down and out the heel. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Straighten your left leg and lengthen forward. Triangle pose. Trikonasana. Exhale, revolve. Right hand to the mat. Pivot your right foot on a 45 and reach your left arm up. Do your best to square your hips. Last breath in. Left hand down, left leg all the way up and back. Bend your knee, open your hip. And this time we'll flip it over. Dancer's bridge. Inhale. Thigh to your chest. Do your best. Take this slow. Pivoting onto your right toes. Step forward. Both hands will come to the inside of your left foot. Square your hips, but keep the lift from the right quad, right hip and side body. Even though I'm going to start to snuggle, I want you to keep the lift so we're not sinking the hips down, keeping our base supported. When you can snuggle your left shoulder under, it's okay. If flexibility is an issue, just do your best. Maybe we can bring one or both hands to the ankle. And if you're still adding on, we can practice our bind. Unbind. Step your left foot back, plank pose. Shift forward and lower chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your hips. Inhale, right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Knee to your nose, exhale. We'll lower and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step between your hands. Crescent lunge, inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. Forearm to thigh. Exhale. And reverse triangle, inhale. Lengthen forward. Triangle with your exhale. Revolve, twist. Left hand to the mat, right hand high, one breath in. Plant your hands, sweep your right leg up and back. Bend your knee, open your hip. Single leg down dog. Let's flip it all the way over. One breath in. And quietly we'll step forward. Coming back to our lunge, same idea, but we might add on. So find your snuggle. You can pause anywhere that you need to pause. But if you're feeling warm and you want to add on, let's spin your back foot flat this time. Maybe even shorten your stance. So I'm really grounded on my left leg. Take your right hand to the outside edge of your right foot and lift your right heel. The first step would be to lift your right foot and really clamp your calf around your tricep. Staying supported and grounded in your right hand if you're wanting more. Maybe your left hand can come to the outer edge of your right foot. And we can open Vishvamitrasana. When you're ready, ease your way out. Step back to plank, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg up with your breath. Bend your knee, open your hip. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, lower. Good. Exhale, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step between your hands. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Forearm to thigh. Exhale. Reverse triangle. Inhale. Triangle pose. Exhale. Twist. Revolve. Triangle. Right hand down. Left arm up. Inhale. Single leg down dog. Bend your knee. Open your hip. With grace. Flip your dog. Deep breath in. Open your chest. And we'll come all the way back. Stepping forward. Same idea. You can work the snuggle under, work the balance at the ankle, maybe the bind. And if you're wanting the arm balance, Vishvamitrasana, stand on your back right foot. I'm automatically lifting my heel. I'm going to ground down into your left hand, and we'll start here with the clamp. Trying to keep the lift from your extended left leg. Maybe we can start to open. Maybe even let go. When you're ready, we'll come back to plank. Last vinyasa, lower strong, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Come nice and high on your left toes. Draw your knee to your nose, step between your hands. Lower your back left knee down. We'll start with the half split. Straighten your right leg. Find a little micro turn to the right. Take an inhale. Start to hollow out your low belly. Draw your navel to your spine, lengthening from your low back first. Always looking for length before depth. And we'll ease down. Try to find a slight action of surrender. Even though I'm still really active here in my right hamstring, I'm really drawing my right hip up and back. I want you to keep your neck soft. Maybe keep your shoulders relaxed. And if you're wanting to take it further, you can go anywhere from the half split to the full split. So take your time. Use your props if you have them. Maybe a few blocks under each hand. Even a block under your right hip. Let's stay here for 10 breaths. Last inhale in your pose. Slowly ease your way up. Let's come back to the half split if you deepened your pose. And we'll come all the way onto hands and knees. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back, downward facing. Inhale, sweep your left leg up. Knee to your nose, easy step between your hands. We'll start with half split on the left side. Shift your hips back above your right knee, flexing through your left toes. Inhale, find a little length forward. And nice and slow, work into your depth. Even if you want to take it further, and maybe you're working your full split, I encourage you to take a few breaths here in the half split first. We have a little more control here, a little more activation than we do when we are in the full split. So focus on that. Keep drawing your left hip up and back, firming into the hamstring as we lengthen it. When you feel your muscle release, then we'll take it a little further and a little further. So choosing your depth. Let's take our final 10 breaths. Nice and easy. Coming back up to your hands. Ease your hips back into the half split. And we'll come back to hands and knees. Cross your ankles this time. Have a seat on your mat. Turn sideways if you want to keep your heels cushioned. And if you have a folded blanket at home, it's really nice to elevate your hips just enough to create that little tilt in your pelvic bowl, and you'll find more depth. So let's come back to one of the first poses that we started in. And I want you to notice as we're working into our straddle forward fold, how you feel compared to the first time that we were here. So with your toes flexed, your inner thighs spiraling up and back, really lengthen from the low back forward, trying your best to enter into your max depth with the longest spine you can. Really taking your time to come all the way down. Wherever you land, soften. Sometimes flexibility is more challenging than some of the strength moves because we're forced to find stillness in our body. We're trying to find stillness in our minds, and at times everything's fighting against that. But the more that you can soften, the more that you can use your breath, know that you're safe, know that with every exhale, you can take yourself a little bit deeper, a little bit to a calmer state. Everything will slowly begin to open. Do your best to keep this depth. We're just going to walk over towards the right leg. As we walk to the right leg, I want you to reach further through your left middle finger.
And then passing through center. Keep it low and we'll come all the way over to the left leg. The same idea, finding a little more length through the right side body and out the right middle finger. One more time. Let's come through center. Taking one full breath in. And then slowly work your way back up. If you need a little help, ease your knees together. And we'll come down onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. If it feels good, easy rock side to side. Start grounding in to your sacrum and low back. Plant the soles of your feet on the mat. Reaching back, graze your heels with your middle fingers. We'll come into a restorative bridge. So as you lift your hips, try to snuggle one shoulder under and then the other. Keeping your toes pointing forward. If you have a block, you can place a block under your sacrum or simply support your low back with your hands. If you're feeling open or really energetic today and you would rather come into a wheel pose, of course, you have the option to go there. Otherwise, close your eyes. If you're keeping it a little more restorative, let's take 5 breaths. And then nice and easy, removing the block or your hands. Lower your hips back down. And we'll take our final twist. Right knee into your body, relax your left leg. Inhale, set it up. Exhale, twist. Knee to your left. Bottom hip and gaze to your right. Come back to center. Try your left knee in to meet the right. Fill your lungs as you relax your right leg down. Exhale. Last twist. Knee to the right, bottom hip and gaze to your left. Last time, coming back to center. Draw your knees in. Final breath. Sailing in your practice. Exhale, let it go. And start to make your way into Shavasana. Finding a slight space between your heels. Palms facing up. Close or cover your eyes. Relax all effort in your breath, all effort in your body. As always, if you have more time to spend in Shavasana, I encourage you to do so. And when you're ready, start to find a little awareness in your body and the sensations of your body that your practice created. Movement in the fingers and toes. And little by little, start to make our way all the way back up. Landing a cross-legged seat on your mat. Draw your hands to your heart, chin to your chest. Just ending it right here in gratitude. Thank you guys for joining me in this class. Until next time, namaste.